to the first episode of Viper Watch. I'm Mark Economo. On a regular basis, we will bring you up to date on what's happening inside the Boca Raton Police Department. We will update you on crime and initiatives we're taking to continue to make Boca Raton one of the safest cities in South Florida. We begin today actually with some breaking news. Crime in Boca Raton for 2008 down 5.8%. Most notable were burglaries, down over 16%, and robberies, which were down over 10%. Joining me now to talk more about the newly released numbers is Chief of the Boca Raton Police Services Department, Dan Alexander. Chief, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Mark.
This has to be encouraging news for you and the city.
After a slight increase in 2006 and a 15% increase in 2007, this decrease, given what we're dealing with demographically and what's happening out there economically, it's great to have this type of decrease last year.
Now, on top of lower crime in the city, arrests also increased by more than 17% last year. So basically, we have twofold. Crime's down, arrests are up.
Yeah, over the past 2 years, arrests are actually up 38%. In addition to that, our officers are being very proactive in the area of education, an important part of the Viper program. Our educational activities increased by 90% last year, which is significant. So we're doing traditional law enforcement, and we're doing our part to partner with the community as it relates to education.
Stats show that about 94% of Part 1 offenses were property related. I guess first for the viewer, what are Part 1 crimes?
Yeah, violent and nonviolent crime that makes up Part 1 crime as we report it to the FBI. Violent crimes include murder, robbery, sexual offenses, aggravated assaults. Property crimes include burglary, auto thefts, larcenies. Now in the larceny category, it can be broken down further. Things like shoplifting, pickpockets, bike thefts, and those types of offenses.
So of those Part 1 offenses, bicycle thefts, shoplifting, those had a significant impact on these numbers.
Absolutely. You have to consider that violent crime only represents 6% of what we deal with in Boca Raton. Majority of it, 94%, is nonviolent. And now if you look at some of those categories, such as shoplifting, that increased by 25% over the last 2 years. And bike thefts, something that seems to be minor to us, but obviously involves victims. That crime was up 70% over the last 2 years. So, we're fortunate in Boca Raton not to have serious violent crime, but we do have a lot of property crime, and that's our biggest problem.
One of the things that makes Boca Raton unique is where we're situated. Being right off a major interstate, we find out that a lot of the people arrested, 70%, not even from the city.
People travel from great distances to commit crime in Boca Raton. Those are the facts. We've had cases where people program into GPS devices locations where they can commit auto burglaries, travel up from Miami-Dade County, and then prey on a residence. That's what makes it incredibly important for our citizens to be paying attention, to be our eyes and ears out there, and to alert us. We have a ton of cases, quite frankly, where residents have picked up the phone, they're paying attention, they're calling us, and we come and intervene and make an arrest in the case. So partnerships are huge for us.
Okay. Chief, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, and thank you for watching. I'm Mark Economo. Join us next time for the next edition of Viper Watch. And remember to stay on top of the latest news. Visit us online at bocaviper.com.